Whiskey Delta number 4, America Radio Tokyo.
Roger, Roger, ART, ART, and Alpha Romeo Tango. What's the name there?
ART, and Alpha Romeo Tango. What's the name there?
Name here is ART, Alpha Romeo Tango. Kind of clever, huh? But I just ran across your conversation with Jim with the last two, and I thought this is a great service. Over.
Yes, sir. That's what we have been doing for 5 years. We started in the mornings, and then we went to the afternoons, and now we're thinking about maybe going back to mornings, you know, and working a new crew, so to speak. Art, what's your location, sir?
Crew, so to speak. Art, what's your location, sir?
My location is Alpharetta, Georgia, which is about 35 miles north of the center of Atlanta, Georgia, kind of at the foot of the North Georgia Mountains. Over.
Yes, sir, and I'm on the Georgia SDR, and you're about 20 over, so I have a beautiful signal on you. And Art, what radio are you running this morning?
Beautiful signal on you. And Art, what radio are you running this morning?
I am running a ICOM 7300 that I've had for about a year or two, and I fade in and out of its understanding of its menus, and I've got it set at this particular way, and I thought I'd see how I sounded to you. Over.
Sounds really good, really good. Just a brief overview of our setup, see how you stack up. We usually suggest being in that 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth.
100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth.
Stand by, please. Okay, under functions, I have a button that says transmit bandwidth, and it's on wide. Repeat, wide. Over.
Yes, sir. That's on the 7300. That is 100 to 2900. So then move to your compressor. Compression on at a 3, a token amount, something you'll really never hear on the air, but it helps you and us arrive at that 3 dB dynamic range at the end of our setup. Roger.
At 3 dB dynamic range at the end of our setup. Roger.
Copy that. I'm on compression right now. It is currently set to 5. Next transmission will be set to 3. Stand by. Over.
Excellent, excellent. All right, so once we get that compressor on a 3, then let's move to your ALC with mic gain in hand. And as you say the magic word audio, adjust your mic gain until your ALC is running 2/3.
Until your ALC is running 2/3.
Copy that. Transmitting now and adjusting my mic gain at the same time. I'm down to about 27, 26%, 22%. I'm down to 18%, and right about there, I'm going to go down a little bit further, 10, 12, 10%. I've got it set, and now it's peaking at around 2/3. Over.
Roger. It's a lot simpler just to use the word audio, and you become a human test tone generator, and very, very precise. Audio, and then adjust your mic gain for 2/3 on your ALC meter.
And then adjust your mic gain for 2/3 on your ALC meter.
Copy that. I was too excited.
Did you make it there?
Did you make it there?
I did. I'm at 16%, and that with a 2/3 DALC. Over.
Okay, and you know, we developed that. I spent a lot of time looking for the right word to be able to do that. You know, we used to say speak quickly, and adjust your mic gain for mid-scale 2/3, but this way with that word you can set it right on 2/3. Roger, did you see how easy that was?
You can set it right on 2/3. Roger, did you see how easy that was?
Oh, Jim, indeed I did. That was awesome, and it's interesting that my mic gain is about 35 points different than what it was when we first started our conversation. Over.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What we're looking for is a 3 dB dynamic range, and that occurs at the 2/3 level on your ALC meter. Pretty much. I mean, it's very ballpark. All right, let's move to transmit sideband EQ. Roger.
Let's move to transmit sideband EQ. Roger.
Roger that. I'll have to find that. Any hint as to where it is in the menus? Over.
Yes, sir. It's settings, and then you have your TBW, and then if you press on, the next thing would be transmit, and then sideband, and then EQ. Roger.
Sideband, and then EQ. Roger.
Okay, please stand by. Jim, are we looking for tone control? Over.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, you see, everybody, I hear I sit there and praise ICOM for being so swift. And, tone control is just another word for equalization. But I guess every manufacturer has their own, quirks as far as what they call things, anyway, yes, tone control.
Yes, tone control.
Copy that. So just so you know, it was in the menu under tone control and then transmit. And now I have some choices, SSB, SSB-D, AM and FM. But I should let you know at this point that my microphone is going into a mixer, which has EQ control as well. So how would you like to proceed with that? Should I zero the mixer out and use it here, or keep this zeroed and change it on the mixer? Over.
Well, I'm listening to you by ear, and I'm looking at your signal on a spectrum analyzer, so you can just leave the mixer in if you're, that's your preference. I would do that since we've already set our ALC level with the mixer, I assume, at this point. Roger?
C level with the mixer, I assume, at this point. Roger?
That is correct.
Okay, so let's just leave the mixer in, and you're on your EQ. And now, ICOM has a very simple EQ. It's a 2-band EQ, bass and treble. So what I want to do is go to your treble EQ, and I'm going to go +4 from where you, let's see, +4, let me put it that way, +4 on your treble EQ, Roger?
+4, let me put it that way, +4 on your treble EQ, Roger?
That is Roger. I've changed it. It is now +4 on the treble EQ. +4 on the treble EQ. Nothing else has changed. Over.
Excellent. Now, what's your reading on your bass EQ?
Excellent. Now, what's your reading on your bass EQ?
Bass EQ is at 0. Repeat 0. Over.
All right. Let's bring the bass EQ up to +2 from where it is. +2. +2 bass EQ. Roger? 2 clicks from where it is up.
+2 bass EQ, Roger. 2 clicks from where it is up.
Copy 2. +2 on the bass. Bass is adjusted now to +2. Over.
Alrighty, Art, what I'd like now is for you to maybe give me 15 seconds or so and tell me about your antenna system so I can hear you, Roger.
Tell me about your antenna system so I can hear you, Roger.
Copy that, Jim. I just confirmed that my TBW wide is set for 100 to 2900. 100 to 2900. Is that correct? Over.
Yes, sir. That is correct.
Yes, sir. That is correct.
Okay, perfect. I will start the requested explanation of my setup. So I've got a 7300 connected to sort of semi-inverted. It's into the trees in my backyard. It's cut for 40 meters, and it's going into a LDG antenna tuner that is connected directly to my radio. Everything is grounded with its own ground rod, and it seems to be oriented northeast or northwest, southeast in terms of who I receive regularly, and I seem to get west very well with my audio. Actually, I call it the miracle of where I talk to Australia. Sunday, where I talked to Australia with voice SSB on, I think it was 20 meters, over.
Yes, sir. Come up one more click, bass boost. One more click, bass boost. I've got a little copy on you on my local antenna, which I'm running a 7300, which is down to 100 cycles, and so I can hear your signal very well. So plus one click additional from where you are.
Your signal very well. So
on a bass EQ.
one click additional from where you are. On a bass EQ.
2. Transmit bass EQ is now at +3, over.
Just a little bit more, so I hear you a little bit better.
Okay, testing 1, 2, 3. We, the people of the United States, in order to perform a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure tranquility, and I've forgotten the rest of it from the 3rd grade. Ensure tranquility, and I've forgotten the rest of it from the 3rd grade. I could probably practice, over.
Yes, sir, Art. Sounds good. I think if you want to hear it, if you go to YouTube, do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, and this will be called Test 51923. Test 51923 or something in those words. Test will be in the title, Roger?
3 or something in those words. Test will be in the title, Roger.
Copy test 51923 on the logbook KC9, so Victor Kilo Victor logbook. I've actually got it up on my computer now, and I can see what you've done in the past. That's awesome, over.
Yes, sir. This will be cut 1 or 2 of 2600 Qso-Vlog air check recordings. It'll be cut number 1 or 2. It depends. I'm not real sure right now, but it'll be right there in front somewhere. And on just a word of explanation, on the set I have a spectrum analyzer, and the spectrum analyzer has a white mark on the left side, which denotes 100 cycles. It has 2 white marks on the right side. The first white mark is 1 kc. The second, there's a blank space, which is 2 kc, and the second white mark is 4 kc. So as you look on the set at the spectrum analyzer, you'll know what those are, Roger?
On the set at the spectrum analyzer, you'll know what those are, Roger?
Roger that. That's very cool. I really do appreciate it. Jim, could I ask you one last thing? Is it, if I were to zero out my EQ on my mixer, like, should I have started this whole process with my mixer zeroed out and then make the adjustments on the radio? Question mark, over.
Well, I would suggest just leaving your mixer in. I mean, obviously you have a proclivity for running the mixer, so I would just leave it in, If you take it out, then we're going to have to, it's a new ball game.
No, if you take it out, then we're going to have to, it's a new ball game.
Roger that. I have EQ controls in 2 places, which seems a little wonky to me. So I think I would rather have one of them at unity and then just do the adjustments with the other. But I will leave it like this for the time being, and maybe I'll log on at another time and we can do this again. Over.
Roger, Art. You are set up for perfection, though. No need to change. You are absolute perfect. Roger.
You are absolute perfect.
Roger. Roger. Thank you, Jim. I really appreciate it, and I'll look forward to seeing the video tomorrow when you upload it. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate the help. I'm a relatively new ham, had my general for about a year and a half, 2 years now, and really enjoy HF. So thank you so much for your elmership, and I'll say good day, 7 threes, and best to you. KC9VKV, WD4ART, Whiskey Delta 4, Alfa Romeo Tango, there are your finals.
Roger, Art, 73 there, sir. You have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. If you get a chance, join us next Friday. I'm not sure whether we'll be running morning or afternoon, but and what frequency. Usually we're on afternoons on 7188. Today we were doing an experiment test on 7184 in the morning time, just to see how mornings work. But we'll be either on 84 or 88. 73 there, and we'll catch you later. This is the Friday, morning experiment test, if you will, of KC9VKV. And if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.